So now we will do what marketing is and what needs and wants are. So as marketing, according to American Marketing Association, is defined as the activity of set of institutions and processes for creating, communicating, delivering and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners and society at large. So marketing concepts that relates to a business, the philosophy to identify and fulfill the needs of the customers, benefiting both the customers and the company. So same philosophy cannot result in a gain to every business. Hence, different businesses use different marketing concepts. So the marketing concept proposes that in order to satisfy the organizational objectives, an organization should anticipate the needs, the wants of the customer and satisfy these more effectively than the competitors. So this concept originated from Adam Smith's book, The Wealth of Nations, but would not become widely used until nearly 200 years later. So marketing and marketing concepts are directly related to each other. Given the importance of customer needs and wants in the market, we have to understand these things, these categories in detail, that they have been defined long time ago, the needs, what the needs they are saying. So needs something which is necessary for people to live a healthy life, stable life, safe life. So when needs remain unfulfilled, there is a clear adverse outcome, a dysfunction of death. So needs can be objective and physical, such as need for food, water, shelter, subjective and such as the need to belong to a family or a social group and the motivation of self-esteem. So human needs, they are the basic requirements which include the basic necessities of life. If you remember, we did motivation. The motivations, Maslow's need hierarchy theory, the first need, the basic need, then the safety need, the social need. So all these three needs fall in the category of needs. So an extended part of the needs today has become education and healthcare as well. The third, social needs. So generally, the products which fall under the needs category of the products that do not require a push. So instead, the consumer buys it themselves. But in today's tough and competitive world, so many brands have come up with the same offering, satisfying the needs of the customers. Then even the need category product has to be pushed into the customer's mind. So if I talk about the examples of need, the category, the product sectors, they are the agriculture sector. For example, we need food to eat, real estate, we need property to live, for shelter. Then comes want. So want, what want is, so that something that is desired, wished for or aspired to. So wants are not essential for basic survival and are often shaped up by the culture. That this is a step ahead of needs and highly largely dependent on the needs of human themselves. For example, you need to take a bath, but I'm sure you take bath with the best soap. So hence wants are not mandatory part of life. You don't need a good smelling soap, but you will definitely use it because it is your want. In So if I talk about the examples of want category products, there will be hospitality sectors, electronics, consumer durable goods, FMCG products, fast moving consumable goods, which means. And then comes demand. So when needs and wants are backed up by the ability to pay, they have the potential to become economic demand. So you might want a BMW or a Mercedes for a car. You might want to go for a cruise, but you actually buy a BMW or go on a cruise? No, because if your needs, your wants are not satisfied, you will not be able to the demand. Secondly, the affordability level. Our demands are high, but we have to see our affordability level also. So you can, provided you have the ability to buy the BMW or go on the cruise, hence a step ahead of what is demand. So when an individual wants something which is of premium quality, If you remember, we did a need in the Maslow's need hierarchy theory, the self-actualization, the esteem needs. So the last need of Maslow's need hierarchy theory I'm talking about. So then these wants are converted into the demand. So basic difference between the want and demand, that is desire. So a customer may desire something, but he may or may not be able to fulfill his desire. So if I talk about the product service category of demand, that can be cruises, BMWs, five-star hotels, etc. So the needs, wants, and demands, they are very important concept of marketing because they help the marketer decide the product which he need to offer in the market. Hence, the flow is like this. Giving you a very easy example of marketing need, want, and demand. Suppose you are hungry. If you are given a chapati with the pulses, your hunger is satisfied. The basic necessity of your life, which is the need of hungerness, that is set the need. Then want. You want a hamburger to eat. You want a burger to eat. That is your want. You are hungry. You don't want to eat chapati or pulses. You just want to eat a burger. That's your wish, your aspire, that you want to eat a burger. Then the demand. Your demand is you want to eat the burger provided that burger should be from McDonald's. That is the desire. The gap which comes between the want and demand, that is desire. You have the desire, you don't have the affordability to buy the burger, that is you are demanding. So this is that example of need, want, and demand. So what needs are, although we don't put that much thought into how we decide about the things, there are a lot of calculations going on inside the back in our heads. Specifically, let's talk about the decision making process of any purchase. So just think about a moment when you decide to buy something. Where did it start? Usually these process starts with the need, that what do you need. Suppose you have a marriage at your home, the function of your one of your sibling, and you want to go outside to buy a dress. So first of all, you will plan in advance that what is your need, whether you want to purchase, if I talk about the girls, that whether you want to purchase a lehenga, choli, or you want to buy a dress. So that is the perception, that is the need. At the most basic level, we are trying to satisfy ourselves that I have this much money and I have to satisfy my need to wear the clothes. So usually these processes start with the need. At the most basic level, we are trying to satisfy ourselves. If there is some reason we feel unsatisfied, we try to resolve them. Like again, taking an example of dress, I need that I want to wear some good clothes on my siblings function. So then I have to analyze that how should I satisfy my this need. And if that reason is unsatisfied, like you don't have the money to fulfill that need as well, to get the clothes as well, we try to resolve it. You get the money and you are able to buy some apparels for you. So if the state of dissatisfaction is to due of absent something, that you don't have money, we try to get excess on it. So for instance, let's say that you are hungry. There's a state of dissatisfaction that can be fulfilled by eating only. So therefore, we can say that you need food. However, it is not necessary to always get access to something or to solve dissatisfaction. One of the ways of resolving is to internalize our limitations. We make ourselves understand why we would not get it. For example, let's say that you are fasting as part of your diet. There would still be need for food in your body. Your body craves food as it is totally natural. However, you have rationalized the process of fasting. Therefore, when you feel hungry, you tell yourself that it's for your own good. So the types of needs that can be categorized into these, like the basic needs, which I talked about: food, clothing, shelter, safety needs, your hospitality needs, social needs, that how much social you get with the people, the ego needs. that what your ego says, that whether you should, whatever you need, how you are able to get the satisfaction from that dissatisfied need. So the most basic type of basic need are the basic needs, which are primarily driven by survival. Sorry. So examples of basic needs are housing, food, clothing, and shelter. So when we fulfilled our basic needs, then we have to fulfill the other needs. The second one, the most important one, the safety needs. So when we talk about the safety, we are talking about our physical safety. So subsequently, we come to the personal needs, like to enjoy our life in a better way. So under these types of need, we have a freedom of expressing ourselves. We feel like on the top of the world, like we are the best. So under this need, we also have fundamental rights to provide us by the Constitution. Fourthly, we talk about the social needs, that those needs that help us to live in the society, to make friends, to make peer groups. We want to fulfill these needs in order to get the better quality of life. Last but not least, we have the ego need, satisfaction of the ego, which needs to help us to feel better as it enhances our position in the society. We also feel better because it enhances our self-image. Then wants. So one of the ways to define wants is that they are satisfiers of needs. In other words, wants are specific ways to satisfy a need. For example, if you are hungry, then you need the food. However, the way you satisfy the hunger could be a burger, a Greek snack, a dosa, or a Korean delicacy, the gimbap. So thereby, a burger becomes a want. There's another way to different needs and wants. The needs are usually internal to the person. They can be subconscious. So on the other hand, the warrants are usually external to the person. A person is much more aware of the wants and they are of the needs. An ethical issue in marketing is that of creating wants. Usually the wants are created from the needs. So the researcher shows that technology has a role in blurring line between the wants and needs. For example, do you really need $1,500 phone? Just think about it, that whether that is your need or that is your want. Nowadays, people, the youngsters, they are attracted towards the Apple iPhone. That is not their need, that is their want. Their satisfaction of calling the people, of texting the friends, that can also be done from the need by purchasing a 2000 or 5000 phone as well. But they are wanting, they want that, they want to buy an Apple iPhone. So it depends upon you that whether you have to make that want as your need or as your want. So marketing implication of want, it is the job of the marketer to understand what customer wants. However, this work is not easy as it seems. Firstly, the wants of the customer could be unlimited. For instance, a customer may want all the best possible features in the product. Secondly, the customers may be looking for high value for price they are ready to pay. They could create and undue pressure on the firms to provide the products at lower price even at the cost of quality. And the next, the demand, which are the specific one for the products backed by a willingness to pay and purchasing power for the same. So now let us see that how demand fits into the picture of want, needs, demands, as well as desires. So we have defined wants as a specific way of fulfilling the needs. Similarly, we have to define demand as the want for specific purpose. For example, our need may be hunger. The want may be to have a burger. Consequently, we may demand a burger from McDonald's. So which is clear from this definition that demands are specific ones for products backed by the willingness to pay and purchasing power for the same. So the demands that can be classified into two types. One is the primary demand, another one is the secondary demand. If I talk about the primary demand, that can be the thought of an aggregate demand for some kind of consumer need. For example, the total demand for biscuits could be tons of biscuits sold in a region every month. So when a new firm enters into the market, it can do market research regarding the demand. The data that it receives would be primary data for the product. Similarly, when a firm does a competitor analysis, it is more interesting in the primary demand. So if I talk about the secondary demand, it signifies the demand for a specific brand product. So an example for this demand, it will be total demand for Oreo biscuits. Here we know that we are talking about the specific biscuit brand. So market implication of demand. Demand is very important concept in market. We had opened this article with an example from Apple inclusive. Now let us discuss that how they create the demand for the products using simple concepts of wants, needs and demand. So firstly, Apple under Steve Jobs put in a lot of effort to differentiate itself. The differentiation creates a brand name. So the product design, its usability, its unique feature, it stands out from the competition. Therefore, there's a very high secondary demand for Apple product in the market. Also, there is an interaction effect between the demand and the price of the product. Generally, products that have higher demand can be priced higher. This gives Apple an advantage in profitability. So this is because they can price the products higher and still have minimum impact on the demand. Subsequently, Apple generated 92% of the revenue share just from 20% of sales. And the last, which is desire. So in the simplest sense, the desire for the product, it's just a craving that we may have for want this. So that is the last need of Maslow's need hierarchy theory. For example, when we long for an ice cream, we are having a desire for it. So the next question is, we can ask how is it different from needs, wants and demands? A need is internal to consumer, created due to some dissatisfaction or problem. On the other hand, want is a way of fulfilling that need, and demand, that is a specific product we want. However, desire, it's an emotion. It is the closest in way to needs. Usually, personal, social, and ego needs can be desires. However, there are some differences between the needs and desires. So, usually, desires are for something not easily available. So, the needs that have found some want but could not become demand will end up becoming a desire. For example, for hundreds of millions of Indians and Chinese who cannot afford to eat often at McDonald's, it creates the desire amongst them. There is an aspect of desire to adopt the Western culture that makes this brand an upmark brand in these countries. So on the other hand, in US, it is McD, which is a fast food brand. So desires are more stable over the time. You may feel need food when you are hungry. One day you may want to eat a dish and another day you may want to eat something else. However, your desire to have a meal at a coveted exotic restaurant would stay with you for a longer time. In the last, unlike needs, we can create desires for the product. So marketing managers can stimulate desire by product communication, promotion, or advertisements. So read more about product strategy, that is the marketing mix. At the same time, desire can also be done on the other piece of marketing. For example, we can use retailing to enhance the desire for a product through proper store design, lighting, music, etc., which we did in the P of service, the physical evidence. So this was need, want, demand, and desire. So here I'm showing you a short video regarding need, want, and demand.
Needs, wants, and demands. The marketers must try to understand the target market's needs, wants, and demands. Needs are the basic human requirements. People need food, air, water, clothing, and shelter to survive. People also have strong needs for recreation, education, and entertainment. These needs become wants when they are directed to specific objects that might satisfy the need. An American needs food but may want hamburger, french fries and a soft drink. A person in Mauritius needs food but may want a mango, rice, lentils and beans. Wants are shaped by one's society. Demands are wants for specific products backed by an ability to pay. Many people want Mercedes. Only a few are willing and able to buy one. Companies must measure not only how many people want their product, but also how many would actually be willing and able to buy it.
So that is the difference between need, want, and demand. So we'll be ending up with need, want, and demand. Thank you, students.